Good morning, students. So today we will read the next chapter of your book, The First Flight, chapter 3, the two stories about flying. So here are two stories about flying. One is His First Flight, written by Liam O'Flaherty, and second is Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Fawcett. So let's start the chapter. Before you read, since the earliest times, humans have dreamt of conquering the skies. Here are two stories about flying. So since the earliest times, we know that humans were always they have always tried to conquer the sky. Many attempts were done to fly, to build aeroplanes, to build such kind of machines which can enable human to fly in the sky. So these chapters are also kind of example of those flying, not exactly aeroplanes in both of the parts. One is definitely on that, but not the first part. And then one, a young seagull is afraid to fly. How does he conquer his fear? So first is about a seagull, a bird who really wants to fly, but it is very afraid of flying. So how it conquered its fear, it is given in this chapter, part first. And in second part, a pilot is lost in storm clouds. Does he arrive safe? Who helps him? So second story is about a pilot who was lost in the stormy clouds, and we got to know when we read the chapter that does he arrive safe or who helped him during this storm. So this is all your chapter is about. So we will read our first part, his first flight. So his first flight, whose first flight is here? Seagull. So seagull is referred here as his. Seagull is personified here. Why? Because we know that birds and for birds and animals we use it, but here he is used for seagull to emphasize on the theme of the chapter, to emphasize on the efforts put by seagull to fly. That is why seagull is personified here. It is not used here. He or his is used here. Okay. So let's read the chapter. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and sisters had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take the plunge which appeared to him so desperate. So what happened? Here, the young seagull who was alone on his ledge, the meaning is given here already, a narrow horizontal shelf projecting from a wall. So it is kind of a cliff in the mountain where he is sitting, and he is watching his sisters and brothers flying. So he was just sitting on his ledge. He is all alone. Why? Because his brothers and sisters had already flew. So his two brothers and sisters already flown away the day before. So the day before, his brothers and sisters, they have flown away. Why? Because they have grown big and they have that confidence that they could fly. He had been afraid to fly with them, but he was very much afraid to fly with them. That's why he was sitting there in the ledge all alone. This is a picture here. There he is. It is a seagull who is trying to fly, and this is his family who is flying in the sky high, and he's just sitting here all alone and trying to fly, flapping his wings, but he didn't get so much of courage to fly. So then the great expense somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. So what happened? Somehow, whenever he whenever he attempted to flap means to flutter his wings, every time to flutter the wings to the brink, to the edge of that cliff. Every time he started just to come to here, this edge of the cliff, he was afraid to fly. He was afraid to take a flight over there, and whenever he attempted to, he became afraid. Why? Because the great expanse of sea stretched down beneath. Because beneath there, this is sea. Great expanse of sea was beneath the cliff, and he was very much afraid. He thought that his wings would not support him. He would not support him to fly high, and he was certain of that. It is written that he felt certain. He was sure that his wings are not going to support him. So what he did is he just bent his head and just ran back to the little hole where he used to slept whole the night. Okay. And then even when each of his brothers and his little sister whose wings, even when his brother and sisters who were younger to them maybe, and who have little wings, in contrast with him, he has greater wings, bigger wings than them. They were flying their own, and they are just going and they are just running to the brink. They flapped their wings and they just flew away. He failed to muster up the courage whenever his when his brothers and sisters who are younger to him, who have little wings than him, they flew away. They just took the flight and they just flew away, but he couldn't muster up the courage. Muster means gather up. He didn't gather up the courage to fly, to take the plunge, to take a jump. Plunge means jump. To take a jump, which appeared him so desperate, which he was so really desperate for him to fly in the sky, to take that jump, to take that flight into the sky. So he was very desperate to do that, but altogether he was also very much afraid to do that. He thought that his wings would not support him, or he really do not have that much of courage like his brothers and sisters, that he can fly high in the sky. So he was desperate to fly, but his fear is holding him back to fly. So next, his father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away, but for the life of him he could not move. And his parents, his father and mother, they were just coming around to him. They were just calling him shrilling very harshly. They were just telling him, they were just scolding him, upbraiding him. Upbraiding meaning is given here, scolding. They were scolding him, threatening him to let him starve. They were threatening him that if you won't come with us, you will stay there, you will starve yourself sitting on this ledge if you really do not fly with us. But for the life of him he could not move. But he really wanted to live, and he knew that his wings would not support him. So how would he fly? So he was just sitting there for his life. So he's not paying heed towards his parents scolding, towards their this threatening. So he was just sitting there helpless. Why? Because he was not able to gather up such courage like his brother and sister. So he was just sitting there. That was 24 hours ago. Since then nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on the rock, while his parents circled round, raising a proud crackle. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau, midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. So, what happened? All incidents were but before 24 hours, and next till then what has happened? Nobody has come near to him since those 24 hours, and the day before, all day long. So 2 days were left. He was just sitting there. He had watched his parents flying about they were flying with his brothers and sister. They were just perfecting means that they were just training them to perfection in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves. Skim, to move lightly just above the surface, to move slightly on the surface of the air, to not flutter their wings, just to move smoothly, just to fly smoothly. How to skim the wave, and how to catch his first herring. Herring means a soft-finned sea fish, and devour it. Devour means to swallow it, to taste it. And all were this happening, and he has also seen his older brother catching his first catching his first fish and devouring it. And his parents were circling around him. They were praising for him. They were raising a proud crackle. Cracker means voice. Okay, they were just praising them. They were just encouraging them. And all the morning the whole family is doing this all, and they were just sitting on the opposite plateau of his ledge where he was sitting, and they were just teasing him. They were just making fun of him. They were just taunting him for his cowardice. The person who is coward. So for his cowardice, they were all just making fun of him. So the sun was now ascending the sky, blazing on his ledge that faced the south. He felt that heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. He stepped slowly out of the brink of the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. Then, so the sun was now ascending, the sun was coming up for the sky, it was daytime, it was blazing, it was burning his ledge where he was sitting there, and he felt that heat. Why? Because he was too weak, he has not eaten anything for 2 days, and he was just sitting there. So what happened? He just slowly moved toward the brink of the ledge. He stand there with one leg hidden, the other leg hidden in his under the wing. He closed his one eye, then the other. So he was just standing there. Nobody came nearer to them. Why? Because why they have not come nearer to him? Because they really want him to somehow to fly, whatever may be the reason. Maybe it's his starving, maybe it's he's left alone, the feeling of being left alone, maybe it's whatever may be the reason, but that reason must give him a courage so that he can fly. So this happened. He was just sitting there. He was all alone. He has not eaten anything for 2 days. So we will see that what happened. How does he just give up his fare? So just read your chapter till here.